I have been entrusted with a second introduction. I could have called Pam O'Connor and asked her for a bio. She could have said she was mayor of Santa Monica. I knew that. We didn't touch base, so I'm going to introduce her from what I remember. So Pam is currently a city council member and was selected by her council members to serve as mayor for a number of terms since she joined the council in 1994. Her low-key style has enabled her to work successfully for us in many areas. Pam is a member of the Metropolitan Transit Authority Board, MTA, and a past president. She serves on the Expo Light Rail Board, is the second vice president of Southern California Association of Governments, SCAG, and a member of a number of the National League of Cities committees. She is an expert on historic preservation, transportation, planning, and environmental programs. She travels across the globe speaking on these issues as a sought-out member of ICLEI Global, Local Governments for Sustainability. Obviously, I've listened to you when you've talked to me. Although low-key, she has no problem sharing her opinion, so we're happy to have her this evening. Thank you, Pam.
Guys. Yeah, I got here a little late, so hi to my back of the room crowd that I was sitting back there with. But it's great theater, really fabulous place. And the women's restroom, fabulous. You can, although the one thing I have to say, it's a little eerie when you're walking into the restroom and you hear Michael Feinstein speaking. The voice, it was a trip. But anyway, thank you for the nice introduction, Nancy. And while I do all those things, I do them part-time, because I am a part-time legislator. We in local city government, most of us in the county and throughout the state, except for the bigger city guys, we're part-time legislators, so we do something else as our real job. Now, the downside of that is you're stretched a lot because you're doing a lot of different things. Plus side of it, you don't have a whole lot to lose. You know, it's not your career. I mean, that's what, you know, it's not a job you have to look for or worry about too much because there's not that much to lose, in my mind. Anyway, so I can be maybe, I figured, what am I going to say? A lot has been said already, so I will repeat probably a teeny bit, but I thought maybe I'll just give a little bit of my sense of it. I'm an immigrant to California. I've been here 20-some years, but not a native. And California, I think, has lost its status as a leader, frankly. When I moved here, you know, years ago, when I was growing up, California was on the cutting edge. Maybe California is still on the cutting edge a bit in terms of culture and entertainment, but, you know, frankly, I don't know if it called all those reality shows the cutting edge. But culturally we may be, but in a lot of other ways, I think we've reached a stage in the life cycle of the state, of the region, where there's a bit of paralysis too. I missed the Dan Walters portion of this, got here a little late, but I heard that one thing Mr. Walters said was, if we wait for consensus, nothing will ever happen. And I think he's really right there. If you think about it, people say they want change. They want to change in national government and federal administration. You know, if we had to wait for a 2/3 vote, there'd be no president, neither President Obama or anyone. So if we want change, we're going to have to grab it, we're going to have to take action, and we're going to have to be fearless about it. And while we're going to try to bring a lot of people along, and as many as possible, I don't think we can get bogged down in saying we have to reach a broad consensus. One thing struck me too, and I don't know the legalities, but we should be able to work things out. We should be able to figure out how to do things. Struck me always as a little strange where you can recall a governor and on the same ballot you're voting for the new governor. So looks like you can do two things at the same time. You know, let's push the boundaries. Let's try to get this moving. In terms of local government too, I just want to mention a few things. Most of you have heard of AB 32, the Global Warming Solutions Act. I think you mentioned that, right, in your talk, which it was really, you know, it's a state, great leadership, great ideas. That is innovative. We are known worldwide for that. In fact, Fran Pavley's name is used, the Pavley this, Pavley that, when I've been in other countries. So we still have a bit of the buzz, in spite of what I led with, but not in all areas. And we're a little fearful of that. So, but we have it. We have AB 32 guiding us. So this led to a little bit other legislation, something called SB 375. Don't need to get into all the policy wonk stuff about it, but basically it's saying, how can you reduce greenhouse gas emissions through transportation? reducing, say, vehicle miles traveled. All of this is good, positive stuff. But it's now SB 375, what that does, it says to cities, you figure out ways to reduce these vehicle miles traveled by cars. Find other ways. Well, we have a transit system. We do in Santa Monica, we have it in the county. So what's happening during this time? Oh, I have 1 minute to finish, but I will. What's happening during this time is the state is diverting monies that go to transportation and transit at a time when people want it. We want to follow the lead that they've given us, but we can't. They're diverting the monies. The diversion of monies impacts cities in I can't tell you how many ways. As cities want to redo land use elements, they want to connect land use and circulation. Santa Monica's doing that now. Other cities want to. We're getting no help from the state because they're diverting the money. And well, just in closing, I heard recently about the plans or thoughts to divert redevelopment funds, which should be used for affordable housing, low-income housing, moderate income, and we in Santa Monica really hold that value high about affordable housing. But the state wants to divert some of that money to the general fund to pay off indebtedness. Well, you know, how does that move any policy forwards, and where does that leave the cities? So we really need change. Can't wait for consensus. Have to build a movement, have to get it going, and have to be bold about it. If we're Californians, we need to be bold Californians. So I'm saying, let's get together and push it forward.